My name is Alan Gant, and I am the lead singer and guitarist in Burn The Ballroom, and also the, I guess, the creative force behind the acoustic retro pop project called Like a Real Boy, and yeah, both new albums out now. Tell all my friends, all that stuff. Actually, it was fantastic. I thought it was going to be sort of strange, trying to do a punk rock band and an acoustic thing, but it ended up actually being sort of seamless. You know, I found myself worrying that I was going to have to juggle concepts, and actually, or that I was going to try to fit too many concepts into one project. But it was actually great because doing the acoustic thing, I was able to just focus on the acoustic thing, and then I didn't have to worry about adding more of the aggressive things that I like, or the more intense aspects of recording or you know, songwriting or whatever into that. So everything became very clear. The acoustic stuff was, you know, really. It was really clear where that direction was going, and then it actually made things way simpler for the band too. And for the most part, I was actually recording those albums at the same time. But it was nice. I would have like a day to just like get all the rage out and just play really, really loud drums or guitar, and then the next day it'd be nice and calm, and I would do something super simple and bare bones, you know, some acoustic track like Take Me Home or something for Like a Real Boy. It was just a chance to mellow out. So honestly, if I can help it, I'll try to do it exactly the same way next time, because it's nice being able to do both at the same time without having any collisions or you know, any complications, and being able to transition between both. It's nice. It's sort of everything I want to do at the same time, have my cake and eat it too. So it was actually a fun process and really interesting. I grew up listening to a lot of like 50s pop and like 30s and 40s big band stuff, and I loved guys like, you know, a lot of the bubblegum guys like, you know, Bobby V and Bobby Darin and the Everly Brothers. Then there were guys a little bit later like Roy Orbison, who were huge influences for me. And then for all of my musical influences, you know, Queen has got to be maybe my favorite band, and it's so easy to pull influences from them no matter what you're doing, because they did everything. It's like, you want a gentle acoustic song, they have a whole catalog of those. You want crazy Bohemian Rhapsody style stuff, they've got those. You want 80s metal, they had songs like Princes of the Universe and I Want It All. It's like they had everything. So growing up listening to all of their music, it was sort of Like a Real Boy was a fun opportunity for me to do like a strange sort of culmination of all those influences, and then of course the stuff that I grew up listening to, you know, in high school, a lot of emo stuff, and you know, Saves the Day and Dashboard and things like that. So all of those things together sort of culminated in the you know, the creation of this sort of strange retro pop acoustic album. So I would say those two influences for that. I've fallen in love and it's too late for I guess I was working on the album for about a year, and at the same time, like I said, I was doing the Burn the Ballroom album, so that's probably why it took so long, but also with recording, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. You know, you really want to get in there and you really want to do it, but then you get there and you don't want to rush anything, and you want to make sure you sit down and really focus on what needs to be there and what sometimes doesn't need to be there. So again, I'd say it probably took about a year, but honestly, I'd say I ended up spending, you know, 20 to 30 hours on each song. And I would usually it was like I would try to do like one a month, so that every song had its own, you know, month on which during which I could just focus on that one thing and make sure it was exactly the way it needed to be. And I'd probably say that's how I try to do every album, is give every song its due period of thought. So I'd say a song a month is a good sort of standard for me and the band. Well, Like a Real Boy has a couple songs circulating on some of the MTV shows, like Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant and things like that. And I know that there's talk of adding songs to some other MTV shows. I'm also in the process of booking a college tour for Like a Real Boy, just because I think it's really fitting. But there's also a couple people who want to try to line up like a series of high school tours, which should be interesting. It'd pretty much be sort of like touring on the college circuit, but just for middle school and high school kids. So in the immediate future, probably a lot of shows. So that's the goal, I think, is to try to get the album out and sort of promote that as much as possible. Can't be Queen? Jam with any band. There's so many interesting bands. There is a band out right now that I like, that is growing in popularity, and I like them because they're really weird and seem to share a lot of the influences, the same influences as me, but they're pretty out there. They're called Foxy Shazam, and there's like a whole strange lineup in that band where it sort of seems like they have like 10 people plus all their friends who happen to be around playing on these records. So I feel like they'd be probably a fun group to play with.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Hi, I'm Alan Gant, and you're watching The State of the Scene.